If your enemies know your plan, you can never prosper. That's why Africa was never prospering, and Africa is still never prospering. Why? Because our enemies always know any move that we are making. Because if African Union call on to African leaders to have a meeting to discuss how to develop, how to make a next move to progress Africa, they have to call our enemies to come and sit down and listen to the plans of Africa. And when they came back to Europe, they go to their parliament, European Union Parliament, and form another meeting to say, this is what Africans are planning to do. This and this and this is what they discuss. So how are we going to destroy this plan? Okay, they also make their own plans. When they are making those plans, they never include African Union members. That's why African Union just never know what European Union members plan. But European Union Parliament always remember and always know what African Union plan. The strategy is this. The biggest problem we are having is there. When we ban European unions from attending the African Union meeting, we are going to have a chance because they will not know what we plan. Remember, Westerners always want to know what Africa is planning next to move so that they will have a way to destroy it. Look, we have never have an African Union. I will tell you Africans one thing today. For you to believe me, whatever I am telling you is the truth. African Union have never planned any successful or any progressive project in Africa and it work. None of them work. Ask them. Go and ask African Union members. Do they ever plan? Not like they are not planning. No, sometimes they plan a progressive project or a progressive plan for Africa. But it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? Because our enemies are at work. Because our enemies know what we plan to do. So they came in all angles to destroy that plan, to make sure that the plan, they will not tell you immediately, no, this plan will not work. No, they will come with another project that will destroy that plan. And that project they brought to Africa, that will destroy Africa, but not to develop Africa. This is the biggest problem we are having. African Union have never made any progressive plan that work for Africa. Never. Since I was born, and I know myself, and I know African Union, I have never seen any project that was planned by African Union and it come on as reality. They will discuss it and discuss, yeah, this plan we have for Africa, then this project we have to do. Now that will be their focus. But what next will happen? Next, they will see European Union Parliament members will come, or European Union will start calling them, bringing another project to them. Why are they bringing another project to you when they already know that you have planned another progressive project? But they just want to destroy that progressive project that you have planned because they already know it, because African Union can never have a meeting without calling them. It can never happen, my peoples. African Union can never hold a meeting without calling European Union Parliament members. People who have witnesses African Union Parliament members meeting, when you always see them making a meeting, you always see European Union Parliament members there. They can never hold a meeting without white man inside them. ECOWAS in Africa is a Westerners terrorist group that they put there to make sure that that terrorist group will protect the Westerners to steal more from Africa. Believe me, my African people, don't trust ECOWAS. ECOWAS, don't trust ECOWAS. Your African Union is not an African Union. They should remove Africa. Because it's not our union. It's an second European Union that they built in Africa. They pretend it to tell us that we have African Union. What union do we have? We don't have African Union. Come on. If I'm a president in Africa, I will fight against every person in African Union. I am telling you, African Union is a threat and is a terrorist group that was created by the West to protect themselves, but not to protect Africa. We don't have African Union. It's a second European Union. Remember this. Let me tell you this, my peoples. This must be clear to you, the Africans. And this is the fact. If I am lying here, then if anybody who is working in African Union come across my video, let him come out and answer me that I am lying. In African Union, they can never have a meeting about Africa without including any European Union Parliament members. They can never hold a meeting. African Union can never hold a meeting without including European Union Parliament members. If you check into the meeting, all the meeting of African Union, you see white people sitting there. Those white people are European Union Parliament members. They must be there to witness what Africa is planning next. If any plan that African Union agree on, and European Union Parliament members who are sitting there, they know that this plan that African Union is taking, it is going to distract us from stealing from Africa. They will say, no, this plan it should be cancelled. It should not work like this. It should work like that. But in an European Union meeting, you can never meet any African Union Parliament member there. Tell me, which African Union Parliament member have ever attended an European Union Parliament meeting? Never. And it will never happen. So that's why I tell you that the African Union we don't have. The only union we have in Africa is the second European Union. That European Union Parliament members are in control of that. They decide what will happen, what African Union should do, and what African Union should not do. And even ECOWAS is also controlled by the European Union Parliament members. They decide how ECOWAS should behave. They decide when ECOWAS militaries will act or they should not act. They decide. European Union members were complaining in Ghana when they have a meeting in Ghana, Accra. I saw some European some ECOWAS member who was saying that ECOWAS have a law. We are not doing what the West say, but we have our own laws. My brother, you know, you are just like a father to us because you are a grown old man who don't have sense. Who are you fooling? This generation, you can't fool us. We know what is going on. Maybe what I know about European Union, even so many ECOWAS leaders don't know that about European Union. Maybe what I know about West, maybe they don't even know that about West. So you can't fool us. Well, because what I know, come on, I do on my journey to study these peoples. So what I know about these peoples, you can't tell me who these people are and what they are capable of. You can't tell me. As an ECOWAS leader, you sit there telling us that, no, we are not doing what the West say, but we are doing according to our laws, our ECOWAS law. As if I don't know how ECOWAS law was made. As if I don't know who is in control of ECOWAS. As if I don't know how African Union operate. As if I don't know who give operation mission to ECOWAS, African Union. You can't fool us. We know who you people are. Come on, we have black peoples working in ECOWAS as a black skin with black skin, but inside they are white men. Because they are working for white. They are working for the West. Come on, African Union is working for the West. Come on, Africa, come on, when they say African Union, come on, when African Union belongs to Africans, I will tell you this, if African Union belongs to Africans, it should not be like this. But today, if you go to African Union, they say it belongs to Africans. We say, no, we have African Union. We don't have. That's African Union. And whenever African Union want to make a meeting, they have to consult an European Union Parliament members. Then European Union will now decide which of their Parliament members should attend this African meeting. Then those European Parliament members will fly and go to Africa and sit down when Africans are planning how to develop. Then if any development plan that African Union discussed doesn't go well with the European Union Parliament members, they said no. It will not happen. And when they said no, it's no. But the European Union sit down and plan how to develop Europe without including you, the African Union members. Think about it. African Union, think about it. I am not insulting you, but I may say you are a fool. You people are fools. When you always call on to European Union Parliament members to attend, when you want to have a meeting as African Union to discuss with the African leaders how to develop Africa, you call your enemies to come and witness.